Hi everybody, it's Allie and baby Niklaus, and welcome to another Niklaus Nugget. So, like I said, these little nuggets of just information for poor little Niklaus are so sporadic, and it's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's mom life or Allie life or me being lazy or busy or something, but I'm just not getting around to making these bump dates as quickly as I was for Vladimir. And I mean, with Vladimir as well, I kind of fell off of the wagon at one point or another, so I'm going to try my best. I honestly think I do know what it is. Like I had mentioned before, my healthcare this time around isn't as one-on-one as I would like it to be, so I'm quite literally left out in the dark a lot of the times. But thankfully, just a few weeks ago, we actually went to go see this little guy in 4D. So all of my information basically is coming from the 4D ultrasound, which if you guys have ever had a 4D ultrasound, that is quite literally an out-of-pocket expense. It's like just for fun, so it kind of makes me a little bit sad that I've gotten to the point in this just pregnancy that the most information is coming from an outside source outside of any of my doctors. I'm like, great. So, but on to the nugget of information. Niklaus was 3.5 pounds when we went to go see him, and he was 29 weeks old when we went to go see him, and now I am 31, so that was a few weeks ago. At this point in time in my pregnancy, you can expect to gain anywhere from ½ pound to a pound each week. So if that was 29 and he was, you know, he was already 3.5 pounds, and we're on week 31, what, 29, 30, 31. So we can say he's what, about like 4 or 5 pounds now, maybe even like 5.5, even maybe 6. Like, oh my god. But anyways, the ultrasound technician said that she was her guess was that he was going to be about 8 pounds and some change when he was born, and Vladdy was almost 9 pounds. So I think he's going to be a big baby like his big brother. But I'm excited, and we got to see his beautiful little face earlier in my pregnancy. I had what the doctors were a little bit, not necessarily concerned, but they are keeping an eye on it, is a low-laying placenta. And I mean, it was so early on when I had gotten this ultrasound that had showed them that they, you know, everything grows and expands and the placenta normally moves up. And luckily for me, when I went to the ultrasound technician was able to tell me that my placenta was fully out of the way. It's not covering my cervix at all, so there's no issue or no worry for like placenta previa or anything like that. So as far as that goes, we are good for a vaginal birth, as long as, you know, everything, God willing or heaven intended, everything goes well. But yeah, so I'm really happy. We asked also if he was head down, because this little guy, last time I saw him a few weeks ago or like a few months ago, he was not head down at all, and I was just really concerned. I'm like, oh my god, he better flip, because before I know it, he's gonna be like 10,000 pounds and there's gonna be this much space in there and he won't be able to turn. And between my last ultrasound at like 20 weeks to this one, which has been like a whole almost like what, 10 weeks almost, you know, he did end up flipping, which I'm so very thankful for, because like I said, I just have this idea in my mind that he's gonna be big. So I'm like, please flip while you're still small and have space to flip, because that's, you know, it's a really big issue, you know. But he is flipped, and at the time of the ultrasound, his little head was facing this way, which is my left, and he's snuggling up with his placenta, which I thought was really, really cute. We got a few cute photos of him just like snuggling up to it, and he was just so active and so lively, and he's just, I don't know, he's so different and just such a little like spark. That's the only way I can explain it. We asked if he had hair, and the technician said that she did see a few little wispies. So I don't know. Raymond is convinced, my husband is convinced, that he's not going to have as much hair as his big brother did. I'm convinced that he'll have, if not as much, like, I don't think he'll have more hair, because I feel like Vladdy was born with a lot of hair, so I'm pretty sure Niklaus will have as much hair or maybe a little bit less, but I can't imagine him having more because he already had a lot, and I can't imagine him like having more than what our first son did. As far as looks go, I feel like they look very similar. Sometimes I feel like the nose looks a lot more like mine. Niklaus's nose does, but then I look at photos of him and Vladimir side to side, and I feel like it's the same nose. Sometimes I even feel like it's the same baby. It's really weird, and I don't know if I feel like they look very alike because Vladimir is the only other baby I have to base them off of, so I will find similarities that aren't necessarily there, or if they truly do look a lot alike. I've been asking people, and a lot of my friends and my husband's friends say that they look like twins, so I'm like, oh, you know, and it'll be fun. I mean, obviously when I look at the photo I can tell who is who. I don't know if it's because I've just stared at these photos so long that I know which poses are which baby, but you know, it's really sweet. And getting back onto his personality, as far as personality goes, I feel like he's just a really happy and very active baby. I mean, they say that to ensure that everything is going well in your pregnancy, that the baby has to move around at least 10 times a day. And I feel like this little guy is constantly moving, and since my placenta isn't in the front like it was with my first, I can feel everything, every little hiccup, every little move, every little anything. His favorite pastime right now is quite literally like sticking his elbow or a knee or anything bony, like I'm sure it's like the palms of his hands, like straight up against my belly. And it's a very interesting feeling because it's not necessarily painful, but you know what the word is for it? There is an actual word for it. Uncomfortable. It is quite uncomfortable. So as far as cravings go, it's still the same thing. I don't think I even touched up on cravings this last little nugget, but just like fries. I love fries. I loved fries before getting pregnant, and I love them even now, even more so. But another thing that it's really weird. It's like literally I want French fries all the time, or I want like fresh fruits and vegetables. Like that is what I am craving the most. And it's funny because I normally give into the French fries before I give into the fresh fruits and vegetables, which I know is really, really bad. But that's my two main cravings. I'm not necessarily craving as much as I did last time the spicy food. I don't mind it at all, but with my first pregnancy, I felt like I had this intense need to eat spicy food, and this time around I have an intense need to eat French fries. Like if I'm awake, I need a French fry. It's like that intense. It is wild. Yesterday I had another really big craving, and it was for mango sticky rice. Like I thought my world was gonna end if I did not get this rice. These cravings are quite intense. And then I know earlier in my pregnancy I had a craving for fresh strawberries. Like, I don't even think they were in season at the time, but I felt like in my heart's heart I needed not French fries. See, there you go, I'm still talking about French fries. But in my heart's heart I needed strawberries. And I mean, I woke up early in the morning because I was just craving them so bad, and me and Vladimir went to the store and we found some overpriced strawberries that weren't even that good, but still. I will be registering with my hospital sometime soon. I asked my doctor today. I had a quick little checkup today with one of my OBGYNs, and he said that I should have pre-registered for the hospital at like 28 weeks. I'm like, whoopsies. So me and my husband are gonna go down to our hospital and take the maternity ward tour, I guess, and sign up. I can't believe it. I mean, I think if I remember the actual weeks correctly, my husband said that Niklaus can be born anywhere from 7 to 11 weeks. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no way. I don't know, in my mind, even though I'm like super big and I feel him all the time and I feel pregnant, I can't believe that he'll be here so soon. It happened all just so fast. And like I said, it makes me a little bit sad because I don't feel like I have much to show for it. But I mean, at the end of the day, I got like a 4-ish, 5-ish pound baby in my belly. Like, I got a lot to show for it. Like, come on now. So it's interesting, and it's just, I don't know. I'm very excited to just meet him and hold him in my arms. I'm going to try to labor at home as long as possible, which was something I was going to do with my last pregnancy, but I had to actually be induced because Vladdy wasn't trying to come out, and something gives me the feeling that Niklaus is going to be the exact same way. They're just so comfortable in there. They're just so comfy, and they get french fries all the time and hot sauce and strawberries. Who would want to leave? You know, I wouldn't want to leave. But I'm hopefully trying to labor at home for as long as possible. And I mean, my hospital is quite literally right up the street, so if anything were to happen, or if things were to progress too quickly, because that's what everybody always tries to scare you about, I mean, it's literally like a 5-6 minute drive away. It's not that far, so you know, whatever. But I'm super excited, and I can't wait for my baby shower. I don't think I told you guys, but my husband is actually planning it all in secret. I was very involved with my baby shower for our first, and that's just because that's the type of person I am. But this time around, I wanted to be surprised. My sister had actually thrown a surprise baby shower for one of her friends, and it was just something about that whole idea of not knowing the date or anything, the theme, just being surprised and having a party thrown for you just sounded so refreshing and just so like something I wanted. But now I'm kind of like taking like I still want it, but at the same time I want to be involved with the baby shower. Like, I want to help plan, I want to help know the theme, I just love it. I love the act of throwing like parties. I love planning. I love everything, just the planning, the making of the food, the invitations. I love everything. I love the aspects of just like planning a party, whether it's a baby shower or a bridal shower, just birthday party. I just love it. So to not be included is kind of hurting me. And then I feel like my days are just so, they're just not really filled with much of anything, that I feel like if I was part of like my baby shower planning, my days would go by a little bit quicker. But I'm holding strong and keeping out of it, so we'll see. But that's gonna be exciting. But we bought Niklaus a cute little teether just for him in general. Vladimir has one that looks very similar, but Vladdy's little beads are rainbow, and Niklaus, since he is a Torchic, they're Torchic colors, which are like orange and red and orange and red. I was gonna say, oh no, orange and red and yellow. I was like, I thought there was a third color in there. There is, and it says vegan and it has a little hamburger as a teether. I was thinking about getting the boys each their own, made with their actual names, but what if, we're gonna hopefully have more children after these two, so hopefully another two willingly. So, like, I would want to keep on passing it down, and just, what if one boy wanted to chew on one and the other wanted to chew on the other, and this way, they're interchangeable and they can use them also. This is made by a company by the name of Boogaloo Baby. They're made in Canada. If you want to actually see a video of a, I guess, product review that we did, I will post that right here. You can click on that if you'd like. But that's about it for Niklaus. I'm just here eating fries and getting bigger by the day. One thing is that a lot of people say that my belly isn't as big as with Niklaus as it was with Vladimir, which I don't feel like is the truth at all. I feel like I'm as big as I was the first time around, but maybe I'm carrying higher, maybe lower. I don't know. I just know I'm big. So, oh, another thing, it's starting to become like really hot here. We're in the 80s, sometimes the 90s, and I am not digging it at all. I do not like being pregnant in the summer, and I forgot all about that. Oh, I went to do my my glucose test, and it came back that everything was good, but I am actually a little bit on the hypoglycemic side. So I have to eat more constantly than what I have been in the past, because my sugar levels get too low, my grade. So, there's that. But at least that's a little bit more easily controlled than the gestational diabetes, I suppose. So that's good. I mean, if I was going to have one or the other, I guess I'd like this one over the other. So another thing, my thyroid levels have been a little bit on the weird side, so they did up my dosage of levothyroxine. We just got to keep our eyes peeled for that. One thing with babies born to mothers with thyroid problems, they sometimes can have growth restrictions, but I mean, he's a pretty big boy already. I don't think that's gonna I don't think that's gonna be a thing that we have to worry about. But also with my next ultrasound, which will be within a week or two, that's another thing they're checking for. They're checking for the position of the placenta, and they're also checking on his just overall growth. Like I said, I don't think that's an issue, but we'll see, just to double check. So that's about it though. He keeps me up at night because he just moves so much, but that's it. So I will be showing you guys some videos and some photos of his little cute 4D ultrasound photo shoot, but that's about it. If you guys can see, this is Niklaus from the front, and then him from the side. I feel like I'm pretty the same size I was with him and Vladimir. So little baby belly, and we'll show you the naked belly as popcorn falls out of my shirt. The front, and then the back. Not the back, the side. We will see you guys later for another bump date. Who knows when I will have more information about this little nugget, but as soon as I do, well, maybe not as soon as I do, but as soon as that gets to me, I will try to get it back to you guys. We'll see you guys later. Bye.